Alrighty. And
my back is
muted. All right, cool. All of that is working. So this week, we're in week B of our summer session, and the anatomy theme for week B is hips. So what I want to talk about is how your hips affect your alignment. But we're also getting a lot of questions about plantar fasciitis. Seems to be the theme of 2021. So let me cover a little bit of that as well today before we get started, and we'll try and get started. We've also got more requests for more stretching at the end, so we can do that as well. Plantar fasciitis, for those of you who have had it, you know it sucks. There's not a lot to be done for it, except for regular stretching is really the big deal. Plantar fasciitis is something where you feel tension and tendon pain in the arch of your foot and also along the heel. And I'm going to use my hand as an example of, because it's easier than holding my foot in the air the whole time. So if this is my foot and my toes are up, just ignore my thumb. Then it's in the arch of the foot. It's usually on the inside arch of your foot, and it goes around the heel. And what is interesting there is that usually that pain is because there's tendons that are having too much strain, too much friction while they're tense. But the interesting part about that is that those tendons are actually attached to the muscles that are in your calf. And so the way to get more release, there are also muscles in your foot and tendons in your foot that are getting fired up, but most of that tension is coming from your calf muscles. So let me put a leg up here. Yeah. I don't have a video posted of calf muscles. There's two giant ones. There's one that's in two hunks that's called gastrocnemius, and it is back here, and it of course latches down through your Achilles tendon, which we've all heard of. That's this guy back here. But they attach actually in the bottom of your foot. And then there's a deeper version, which is a solo one. It's called soleus, like the sun. So back here we have two big calf muscles. And whenever we are flexing these calf muscles, which we're doing a lot, right? That's anytime we point the toe or anytime we land on the toe and the heel slowly goes down, we're using those calf muscles to cause the muscle to slow down. So whenever we want to stretch your calf muscles, we want to do the opposite action, which is to pull the toes towards the knee. And you can do this with your hand, just like I showed you just now. Or if you have any stairs in your house or a block. I have a block, but not a stair in here. Come here, block. You can stretch your calves with any stair in your house. Woo, camera. By just putting your foot up the stair and then bending your knee towards the toes, or stepping forward with a slightly straighter leg. And the interesting thing is, it's very interesting to me anyway, because I'm a muscle geek, that bending your knee and leaning it forward versus a straight knee and leaning forward hits those two muscle groups differently. So do a little bit of both. I've been healing my plantar fasciitis this last couple of months by stretching it at least 3 times a day. And what's important and true about all stretching all the time is that your muscle, and I'll talk more about this when we're doing our deep stretch at the end, your muscles need at least 30 seconds to let go so that you're actually hanging out in your stretch at the full length of your muscle for 30 to 90 seconds. So be long. I like to integrate a stretch that I know I need to do with something else. Like, for example, if you had something square and you wanted to make sure you got your stretching in more than once a day, maybe put this next to where you brush your teeth, because you probably brush your teeth twice a day. And remember it, because otherwise your breath be stank, right? So like I put, whatever medication and whatever stretch I need to do next to my toothbrush so that I stretch my calves right now, like while I'm brushing my teeth. And that's really effective for me. Hips. Okay, so hips are the real thing I want to talk about today. because they affect so many other things. So we started last week talking about your abdominal wall and how you can protect your lower back from injury by lifting it in. And I actually have on today, so it might look a little weird in profile. I have my SI joint brace on today because I did too much in the garden this weekend trying to move a giant, this says so much about me, a giant cement cat statue. That's who I am in life. So your pelvis is usually one bone from where the weight of our torso and the weight of our legs gets braced against. Most regular human beings have a pretty solid pelvis, but when you are hyperflexible like I tend to be, or if you have had a baby, then there are actually joints in your pelvis that become loose. And I know we have some moms out there, so that might apply to you too. And a lot of the time that means that we feel pain down here in the pelvis at the SI joints, which are called your sacroiliac joints. While you're actually pregnant, sometimes you have pain in the front. But for the most part, dancers, people who do a lot of lunging, you can get like these tight spots that are on the bone there. And the way that we protect that is by lengthening our hip flexors, in particular the psoas that pulls you forward. We talked about that. But the way that we protect and prevent injury is by strengthening not just the hip flexors, but the hip abductors, right? You abduct your leg away from the center line. That's how I remember it anyway. And those are mostly in this section, they face up. So they attach to this bony part of your thigh bone, the greater trochanter, and they're called gluteus medius and gluteus minimus, right? This is gluteus maximus because it is maximal muscle, and then the two smaller ones are basically like fan shapes on the outside of your leg. So when we get down on the floor after our cardio section today, I will do some leg lifts with you that will highlight where gluteus medius and minimus are. But here's why they're important while we're doing the cardio activity. So if I were to lift up your left leg and just stand here on my right leg, what is it that keeps my pelvis parallel to the ground? It's gluteus medius and gluteus minimus, because if I relax them, then this happens. So go ahead and stand up for me and let's have that as a nice little mini stretch, yeah? Just take one foot forward and just put a little bit of weight on it or none at all. And then I want you to droop your hips towards that lifted leg and you'll feel this luscious stretch right here on the outside. So the more flexible you can get in gluteus medius and minimus, the more sassy hip you can get, yeah, the more sexy jazz line. But these guys also help you to have a squared off pelvis if you are running, for example. When gluteus medius and minimus are properly strengthened, that plus this guy right here, we'll save that for later, help to align your knee and toe to go straight forward in a run, right? So if I'm running or jogging or doing a sexy walk, the strength here helps to keep this knee from wobbling as I move through motion. So if you haven't switched sides to stretch your other side, do so. Hip strength stabilizes your thigh, and to an earlier question, if your thigh is staying in the same direction over your toes, as opposed to you sagging in, which happens to a lot, or the weight of your leg rolling out, look at that ankle, yeah? A lot of the time when people sprain their ankle, it's not because your ankle is weak. Your ankle is a tiny little thing, right? Like this is not the burliest part of your body here. What happens when you sprain your ankle by rolling out or rolling in is not so much down there, it's what's happening up here. Are you tending to perhaps walk a little wide and the weight of your body is rolling out? Or if this isn't very strong, when you shift your weight over it, instead of holding you in alignment with your weight going over one foot and then holding you up here, if you step onto a foot but you're soft there, your weight kicks out too far to the side and your ankle can roll, yeah? So instead of trying to like think about holding your body weight with just your wrist, which would transfer, like be an analogy for holding your body weight with just your ankle. What we want is for your body weight to be held by these bigger muscles in the hips and thighs. So like these guys pull us back in. When we're doing the third part, you know, where we step to one leg and pull in, we want to think about getting those hips parallel again, and that is partially done by having the strength to catch your weight as it goes from side to side. Yeah? So go ahead and poke yourself in the belly button. Hello, belly button. Place of connection that used to feed you in life. And stick your tummy out like Buddha. Like a big pregnant belly. And then lift it in. So we're using those deep transversus abdominis muscles. And then think about what it's like to just shift your weight from one side to the other. And if you're weak here, you might notice that when you shift your weight over, your hip tries to stay up and avoid putting weight into that muscle. But what we want is to think about the belly button on this pelvis sliding horizontally, and that your hip muscles catch the weight and can locate your whole center of gravity over one leg or the other. Whether we're going forward or back, whatever that is, the ability to transfer the whole pelvis is about hip strength. And the more hip strength we have, the less tension and strain and twisting we'll put on the knee and the ankle. There is our lecture for today. And now let's rock it. Dun, 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 dun. It's time for cardio. Bum, bum. Shuffle it up, turn up the jams.
Can I tell you something just between you and me? When I hear your voice, I know I'm finally free.
Scooch into the main part of the song. We okay for volume here, everybody?
I know I'm falling in deep.
Yes, nobody's complaining yet?
I need you.
Okay, here we
Can
go.
I tell you something just between you and me?
Start out marching in place.
I know I'm finally
And maybe take your hands to your pelvis.
Every
at
single
first.
word is perfect
Yeah.
as it can be.
And notice whether you tend to go like this a lot. It's not that we don't want to go like that. We just only want to do it on purpose. Yeah? Can you keep those hips, pelvis parallel? And then stick it out, tuck it, stick it out, roll it in. Turn it into a fun roll. Yeah? And let's just bend our knees for a second and slide side to side. Feel that even to the floor feeling. Slide and slide and slide. Slide. And now let's lift it up and over to the side.
You're saying the words that I want you to say. There's a pain in my heart and it won't go away.
Roll it forward and back.
Now I know I'm falling in deep.
Hold it in. We're just going to step and shift. And step to the side and shift. And step to the back and shift. Woo!
I try to hide it, but I know that it's gonna show.
And step.
Every
and
single night I find it harder to
And
sleep.
any direction is fine.
I need you.
Notice where it feels trickier to hold your pelvis still. And step to your right, lift the left, step back, and lift, step right, and lift, step forward, and lift, switch your legs, left, step back, and lift,
You're saying the words that I want you
front,
to say.
out to the
There's a
side,
pain in my heart and it won't
switch
go
sides,
away.
take it back,
I know I'm falling in deep. 'Cause I need you here with me.
alright, come back
Can I
center,
tell you something just between you and me?
nice
When
and
I
parallel
hear
legs,
your
knees
voice,
and
I
toes
know
to the
I'm
front.
finally free.
Let's release our tummies,
Every
bring them in,
single word
and
is
release,
perfect as it
and
can
bring them in,
be.
and release,
'Cause I
bring 'em in,
need you
and release,
here with
and bring
me.
them in, and let's tuck underneath. I don't know about you, but starting today I'm already a little tight here. So this feels like I'm not getting that curl underneath very well. That Afrobeat touch doesn't move until I loosen up. Yeah? All right. Let's walk.
J'suis pas ton prince,
Roll those shoulders
je suis ton prince à mon moment.
Waking up your upper back, upper body.
Vraiment, penche le sentiment. J'suis pas ton prince, charmant, j'suis
Add a
meilleur
hip.
en tant qu'amant. Car si tu crois en l'amour, je serai ton médicament. J'suis pas du
Take
genre
those risks.
casanier, j'passe mon temps en soirée. Tu passeras après mes amis là, au moins t'es fixé. J't'aiderai pas
Walking now in the center, more hips, wiggle it out.
C'est pas gagné pour me décoller.
All right, right hips. Comfortable turnout wherever your legs want to be today. We'll just bounce up and down and isolate your head. Here we go. And right, and right, and front, and right, and front, up, center, down, up, and
J'suis pas ton prince, charmant, je veux juste qu'on passe un bon moment. J'suis désolé mais je ne suis pas vraiment branche de sentiments. J'suis pas ton
and down, no toes, head.
J'suis bien meilleur en tant qu'amant. Car si tu crois en
Feeling the
l'amour,
side of your neck open up.
J'suis pas ton prince charmant.
Down, roll to the side, long neck as you go up and around, and down to the front.
J'suis pas ton prince charmant. T'aimerais que je plaise à tes parents, qu'avec tes amis je vois marrant, que je sois sensible.
Okay, take it wide and turn those knees out.
Évidemment, que je fasse tout pour
Sway your hips underneath, forward and back. Find a place where you can stay. Sit on down. And we're going to tap the toe, leaving the weight in the heel. Why is this important? Because we want to strengthen the opposite of the calf muscles, yeah? So now we're strengthening the front of the shin as a opposition to the calf. Excellent. Because you want your muscles to be strong on both sides of an action. And switch. And switch. Four. And switch. And four. And switch. Bring it up. Move it up. Breathe a little more. Take your hand to your rib cage. Feel the underside of your rib cage. Travel it around to the back. Take it up to your armpits. Maybe not touch the middle. They're getting a little full of sweat and antiperspirant. Keep your hands in there. Just kidding. Let's do our chest exhalation. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 2. You're right. And now to the back and 4. 1 to the side. 4, 2, 2. 1 to the front. 2, 1 to the and single, front, right, back,
J'suis pas ton prince charmant.
right, and circle it out. Take that sternum in the biggest circle you can. Reverse. All right, we're gonna make figure eights with the chest. We're gonna go forward right, back right, forward left, back left, forward right, back left, forward left. Good? Smooth it out. If you feel like your shoulders are moving instead of your rib cages, yeah, put your hands on the rib and push with your hands a little bit. Let's reverse. Forward left, back left, forward right, back. Smooth it out. And take it in the center. Now, use my mic pack in the profile there. Pulse it twice forward. Pulse, pulse. And as you do that, pull your shoulder blades down and back. Down and back with shoulder. Rotate to your right. Pull. Good. Rotate to your left. Pull. Okay. So think about your ribs moving, but think about your ribs moving because those shoulder blades are pulling together. Yes? And that's how you get a nice chest bump, which we'll use later. We'll go forward, forward, right, 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 left, forward, left, right, center, let's go, forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, bring it in the center, circle those hips, we're gonna switch to your hips, take your heels right up, other way, loosen it up, take it out. Alright, we're going to do our hip isolations in the center. Forward left, forward right, forward, here we go. We'll go forward. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. Back. Side. Quick today. Singles. Single reverse. Roll it. Big circle. Let your thighs get involved. How's that abdominal wall? Forward front, back, forward left, back, double time, forward, forward, back. Let's make a figure 8. We'll go 8. Good. Reverse. Hit. 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 Double time, we'll go pull, 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 and smooth. Pull, hit, 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 and smooth. Smooth, 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 and hit, 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 and smooth. Smooth. Good, good, good. One more. Good. Take it down. Turn those knees out. Turn your knees forward. If you're on a carpet, this might be tricky. Might be easier to be just on the balls of your feet. Can you swivel them? There we go. That slippery spot's helping me out right now. All right. Let's turn to the side. If you're me, you can stay wherever you are. Come to the ball of your foot. Put the heel down. Ball of the foot. Now press your toes to get all the way to the point. Here, let me move my foot so it's a little easier to see, yeah? So point would be your tippy toe touching. Ball of the foot is that circle on my shoe I showed you. Heel down. Yeah? We're gonna isolate the feet for a warm-up. Press, and point, and press, and down. And press, and point, and press, and down. And hips are even while you're warming up your feet. Switch sides. Press, and point, and press. Down. How do you make this more challenging? Think about your belly pulling in, softly but sternly. Shoulder blades are back. And most of my weight, like 70%, is forward on the ball of my standing foot. Double time. We go press and point and press and down. Press and point and press. Put weight into it. Don't just hold your leg in the air. Really step on that heel. Step. Press and point. And switch. Press and point. Your feet might be getting really tired or even cramping in the arch. So let's circle it out. Use that side muscle to lift your weight up. Circle the other way. Switch. Circle. Whoop. You can see which side I need help on this week, right? I keep wobbling every time I stand on my right leg. All right. Take it back to where the ball of your foot's on the floor, the hips are square, and stretch it back. If you don't feel it yet, come back up, bend your knee, and stretch it back. We want to feel the ankle and heel and arch stretching, yeah? Yet another way to stretch too. Send that knee down. Now, this looks like our hip opener. I'm just not as far back. But you could be feeling a little bit. Stretch on the side, whether it's back, and then bend, or bend, and reach. And rock all the way through the toe. So as I stay low, I can feel this in my calf as I shift my weight forward. The stretch gets more into my arch and ball of the foot. Alright. You live, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Good. Let's move to the top right side. Step. Shoulders back. Add a chest bump. Now, if your chest bumping with your shoulder blade muscles, you'll start to feel tired between your shoulder blades on your back, like the center of the upper back. That's what we want, the center of the upper back. Step. Now, most of us, when we get tired, we start lifting up here. Try to keep your knee pointed straight down. And that might mean your heel doesn't come all the way to your buns because you might not be warm in those thighs yet. That's fine. Now, I like to, on that bun kick, tip. Yeah? How do I get from here to here? Why, it's gluteus medius and minimus that contract to lift me up. Yes, here we go. We'll go right. And I'm still holding in, lengthening my lower back, but a little squeeze here takes me over. Good. All right, the next one, we step to the leg. This is slowing us down and we lift that knee up. Most of us go here when we start. Your goal is to get that knee all the way up and all the way squoze. Your other balance point is to pull your abs in. So I think of those two things at the same time. My knee goes forward, my abs come in. That helps me balance.
So I freeze now, this is not a stick-up. The reading's not exactly clear. It could be something atmospheric.
Reset. Let's do the wave arm for fun.
Lower the rope right into a volcano. And if it blows, then we'll go out with a bang. Oh, last thing we'll know is
here we go. Left side touch.
Go up that slope, lead into a volcano. Lower the rope right into a volcano.
Chest.
And if it blows, then we'll go out with a bang. Oh, last thing we'll know is the volcano.
Lean kick bun. Find your balance. Feel that little tuck there. Reset. Step, touch, right. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, back 5, 6, 7, 8, wide, wide, narrow, back. Repeat the new part, it goes forward, and back, and wide, and wide, narrow, narrow. One more time for fun, and back, and 2 times through the wide, wide, narrow, narrow, then we're done, reset. From the top, on your left will go step. Now you notice sometimes I do this hand motion. This is my reminder to pull it in. Chest bump. You can do 1 or double. Alright, step kick 1. it back. And wide, 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 wide. Step it wide. Drop center. Arm up and down. Arm up and down. Arm up and down. Ooh, there's those deltoids we used so much on Monday. Single, single, double, double. You can see those bounces. I'm doing a little bit of a lean towards my hand if you like. Walk it out. Let's do check and do. And then we're gonna go bananas. Got a typo there. Sorry about that, guys. You'll live. Okay. That was our big old warm-up. Now let's go cardio hard. Step, touch. Remember, if this is meeting your needs right here, stay right here. If you want to go low, if you're getting more squats the whole time, just hold those abs tight for me. If you want to be high and bounce, that's a real heart pumper. Let's chest pump. Kick your butt. And twist. Close those arms. Forward. And back. And wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Forward again. And back. And wide, wide, narrow, narrow. One more time. And wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Step it wide. Singles. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Single, double. Single. Yo, double. Walk it out. It's so much fun to yell, guys. If you can yell, you should yell. Yes. Top breath. Kick your butt. Find that lift. Now with the twist. How's that balance? Faster. Good. Forward. Take it back. And forward. Take it back. And wide, wide, narrow, narrow. And forward. One time back. Wide, wide. Forward. And back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single, single, double, single, single, double, single, single, double, single, single, double, single, single, double. I'll walk it out or doggy it out. Nice and wide. Plop it down. Knees out. Plop it down. Punch. Lean forward. Scoot it up. Lean forward. Scoot it up. As you lean forward, check those knees. Lean forward. Knees back over your toes. And lean it forward. And into the right. Check your lower back support. place. So you can use gluteus medius and minimus in this by lifting that leg up. But keep the knee in line with your torso for this. Okay. Find it. Focus on where your pelvis is in place. Knee high. Good. Walk it back. Forward. Go forward. Take your back. And wide. Repeat. Forward. Go. Forward. And back. Go wide. Go wide. Again. And back. And wide. And wide. And step it out. Go. Good. Now I'm marching it just for the craziness of it. I'm going to stop marching for single, single, double. Here you go. Single. Single. Double. Single. Single. Step close. Curl your back. Feel a stretch in your lower back because you're tucking so much. Good. Walk it out. Jog it out. Feel your ball and the feet on the floor. Are you feeling in your feet that you are lifting over the first two knuckles of your foot? So that's big toe and pointer finger toe. For when you lift up, you feel this happen, where your ankle goes out and your weight is more on your pinky toes. Squeeze those thighs together with your inner thighs to get that balance. It's not about your ankles, it's about your hips. Top left. Find the center. Chest and arms. Keep your butt. Keep that core. Keep that thigh back. Add a leg lift or twist, your choice. Or roll. And step up. Hug it in. Get over that leg. Good. Walking forward. Here you go. Turn forward. Wide, wide. Good. Forward. March it back. Wide, wide. Narrow, narrow. Wide, wide. Pick up these arms if you can. They're going with the leg, cross, cross. Forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, take it home. 2, 4, 4, cross, cross. Good. Now step it wide. You found your place. Knees are open. Abs are in. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, single, double, double, single, single, double, single, single, double, single, single, double. One more. Cross. Curve your whole back. Tuck it down. Get low. Curve. Stretch out that lower back. Hips go under. Come down. Booty's back a little farther. 2 more inches. Feel it in your inner thighs and under your glutes. Abs in. Reset. Okay. We went here. Yes. Then we came down. And we did pull together little bounces with the arm circle. Yeah. Then we're going to go. Let's go grapevine first since we're already here. Yeah. For the right side, remember we learned this on Monday. It's side, back, side, front,
I wanted the film,
side,
but not the cover of
back,
Newsweek. Oh well,
side,
guess niggas can't be
touch.
choosy. Wanted to receive
Switch
attention
sides.
from my music. Wanted to be left alone in public, excuse me. And wanting my cake and eat it too. And wanting
Back,
it both ways, fame
seven,
maybe a balloon. Cause my
touch.
ego
That's how you
inflated
switch
when I
legs.
flew see, but it
Double
was
time.
confusing. Cause all I wanted to do is be the Bruce Lee of
Touch.
loosely abused me.
Remember your pelvis stays square to the front the whole
Hit
time.
the lottery, ooh, wee.
Oftentimes when we first start learning this, we add a big twist. That's not the goal.
Cause I think I'm getting so huge, I need a shrink. I'm beginning to lose sleep. One sheep,
You'll
two
notice
sheep,
I'm using the balls of my feet. My knees are turned out. I'm in a little mini squat here. All right, let's go from the top to your right. We'll go. Let it rock. Double bump. 5, 7.
No, I ain't much of a poet, but I know somebody once told me to seize the moment and don't stop
Abdomen.
it. Cause you never know
Over
when
up.
all could be over tomorrow, so I keep conjuring. Sometimes I wonder where these thoughts spawn.
And take together. Control. 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 Walk it back. Here we go. 4 steps to the front. We go what?
Cause I need an intervention.
Take it home.
To intervene between me.
Wide, narrow,
Save me from myself.
wide, narrow, wide, narrow. Keep it for a couple more times.
He's talking me in the
Take
head.
it home.
Knocking, nobody's home. I'm sleeping.
And wide,
I'm just relying with the
narrow,
voice in my head
narrow.
saying,
Add
shoot
more.
the messenger. I'm
Hips if
just
you want
friends with
to. Last time without the arms. We go wide, and wide. We're gonna add those arms. Take it home. Same. Toss your feet, same. Toss your feet, same. Toss your feet, same. Now walk it forward. Walk it home. Go same. Add your hips if you want to. Stick them out forward there. Good.
Call me crazy, but I had
Find it down.
One day that I walk a
Take your knees, press them open.
But until then, drums
Take a chance for a stretch. Inner thigh.
Gets spilled, then I take it back to the taste that I get on the
Lift
train
from your
track.
center.
Every kid who got played that.
Down. We go down.
To the kids who play. I ain't here to say the
And
fucking
I
children.
have double bumps for the singles.
Out of 100 million who are going through a struggle feels it and relax.
Add more chest.
It's payback.
Push.
Russell Wilson falling
Push.
back in the draft.
Push. Okay, and
Still
single.
can make that straw in the gold jump. I will spin. Rumple still skin.
And now we go single.
Maybe I need a
Double.
stacks. I am nuts for real.
Double.
That it's nothing. I'm still friends with them.
Take it down. Bring it up. Take it back.
And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy. I'm friends with the monster that's under my
Well, get it.
bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop holding your
Does anybody remember what the new part was?
You think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy. Well, that's not fair.
It's a grapevine.
Well, that's not fair.
Double time.
Yo, Jock,
Yeah.
Walk it out.
I don't
Skip it
think they're
out.
ready for this one.
Skip it out.
They make me wanna lose control. Yeah. You know who it is. I'm in a white
forward.
beater, 2-seater cruise
Now what happens when we
control.
forget
Put
what we're
up in the
doing?
gun, might lose control.
Relax.
Play a circle, but a duffel back boy. Get it till they can't get enough of that boy.
This time I'm going to try to remember that. How about you? One of the things that I think is more fun in this class is to decide that instead of worrying or stressing about getting it right, because it's really not the point, is to just to make it a fun game, and when you don't succeed, you just laugh. Because you're going to succeed like 30 seconds later. It's fun. Ready? knee buns. Lift it up, different leg, leg. Let's move it on. Tucking it in, knee up, like a marionette, and forward, and back. Take it back, put some attitude in it. Wide, take up your space. Third time, own the room. Bring it home, now rise. Here we go with the alternate version. More sass, more attitude. Number 4, and front. And wide. And get it. Number 4. Good. Take it wide. Rock it down. Drive that car. Alright, here we go with your arms. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Knees open. Squeeze under your buns. Here we go. Go single, single, double. Use your chest. Single, single, double. One more each side. Single, single, double. Make it elbow. Single, single, double. Elbow, go.
I'm pretty sure that you heard the rumor.
Take your buns back. Drive that car.
Like Rick the ruler, keep one eye open in my head.
Other way.
Claudio, my shades gazelle. I break hearts.
Bring it up, bring it up.
I treat your chick like a pair of wands. Where it's not one good
It's a good time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and that's fun. It's quick, it's okay. Step, cross front, step, up, step, cross, step, up, step, cross, step, up, down. Come center for a second. Take it low. Curve your back. Lift up from your core. Can you get the roundest back you can round? And then can you do the opposite? It's like cat-cow in yoga. Yeah, curve it. Arch it. Remember to use your shoulder blades so you're also arching that chest. Let's put it together. We go curve and arch. And curve and arch. And curve and arch. Now my neck I'm going to protect because necks and lower backs and knees are our delicate parts. So I'm going to keep my neck for the most part straight, but because I have this big old whip back here, it's going to look like I'm doing a lot, but I'm not. Yes? Curve, arch, curve, arch. If your lower back is feeling tired, strap those abs in, keep it smaller and in the upper back. If you're feeling juicy and good, you can use your whole back. Curve in the center, arch on the side. Yeah? Curve in the center, arch on the side. Curve, arch, curve, arch, curve, curve, arch, arch. Okay, rewind one. New steps is after your grapevine double time. Side, cross front, side, touch, side, cross front, side, touch, side, cross front, side, touch, side, cross front, side. We're going to be adding the top of the body that we just learned to the bottom of the body that we just learned. Yeah, make it small at first. All right, make it a little bit bigger. We go down with the side. We go up center. Yes, big arm. We go down. And then when we are on the other side, we do the touch. We go up to the side with that big arch. Hold your abs in. Yes? Side, up, side, twist, side, up, side, twist, side, up, side. Take it easy. Your neck is attached to your chest. I'm not whipping. Okay, that is enough. March it out. So this exercise, this version of this exercise is kind of the way that I learned it originally, is through modern dance. Those of you who have studied West African dance know that this curve and arch action with an arm sometimes as a evolved version of West African dance. Okay, let's start from low. Bounce it up. We're going to do single arms first with a double bounce. Single. I'm going left first. Add your touch. Pump. 7. Single, single, double. Single, single. Double, double. Single. I'm going to add those elbows. Double, double. Get your booty low. Drive your car to the side of your arm. Right it up. Get your thighs involved. Great spine. And bonk, and bonk, and bonk, and bonk, bonk, gong, 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 gong.
Good morning, midnight, hello again. If I
feel the double down, double down.
Tick, tick, tock, tock, who's keeping time? Throw away the stopwatch, losing my mind. I'm so fixed on this high that I found. Once you touch the sky, there is no coming down.
Down. Open, down, open, that's it. 1, more. Jog it out. From the top, from the very top to your right. Rock it out. You know this part now, so you can make it your own. I'll run through it with no big arms, and then our add-on. Check it. Make it bigger. All right, pull it up.
Good morning, sunshine, you strike a match until the twilight brighten the black. Wide awake, but sometimes it seems like I'm
5,
running backwards,
7,
lost in a dream.
forward.
I'm so fixed on this high that I found.
Wide, wide.
Once you touch the sky, there is no coming down.
And walk it front, sexy. And fast. One more of these. You got it, got it. Take it home. And walk. Next version with arms. And forward. Get low. One more. Forward. Last one. One. Afrobeat hit. Tipping forward. Arms. Single. Double with your elbow. Single. Down. Single. Down. Double. Down. Double. Down. Double. Walk it out. Palm center. Drive your car. Get it down enough that you feel it in your hips. Drive it the other way. Tuck, tuck. Come on, center. 5, 6. Grapevine. To your right. Double time.
Holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground.
Cross, step, touch.
And I'm hearing what you say, but I just can't make you sound.
Cross, step, touch. Bring it center.
Walk
it back. Walk it forward, press it out. Why? Move the arms, cross. Superpower, open your mask. Sit again. Big stretch. Bend those knees. Straighten your legs, roll it up. Up. Okay, weird challenge. Walk it around in slow motion, but I want you to use all of your muscles. Yeah, I want you to feel like you have to move through peanut butter. This will be our cool down dynamic stretch. I'm going to go mostly through shortened versions of what we do to the left. But I want you to feel strong and gummy the whole time, yeah? 7, 8, we go step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, as you chest, chest. Yes, be as weird as you can.
Sorry, like the angel, never let me think was you. But I'm afraid
Lean in.
it's too late.
Ooh. Even hips.
It's too late.
Ooh. Very good. Take it back. Forward. Own the room. Too late. Take it back. Wide, slow. We go wide, slow, wide. Because. Take it. 1, 2, 3. With your arms now.
It's too late to apologize.
Now. We go arms. We go next. No, we get lower because it's slower. We have got this. One more time, cause it's big and we got this. Drive it. Tuck those booties under with that Afrobeat forward hip. Drive it the other way, so get on there. Like the body rolls we did in the beginning of class. 6, 7, 8. Come wide. And take your knees out. How's your breath? How is it? I want to hear how your breath is after that. Inner thighs are stretching. Take it front. Tip. Take it forward. Twist. Take it down. Towards your right foot. Sticking that left side of your hip out. See if you can feel the stretch right there. Turn sideways so you can see a little bit. Left hip. You're on the same side. Left hip is sticking out. Stretching right there and through the outside of the hand. Drop your hip. Your other leg's gonna give you forward and back we go. Stretch. Straight. Stretch. Straighten. And bring it on up with your center nice and strong. Switch sides to your right hip. So my right hip is stretching out on the side. I'm really twisting my body like a windmill. Left leg bend. Straight. Bend. Straight. Bend. Straight. Take it closer to the leg. I'm really letting my hip push backwards to that side. Palm center. Soften your knees and shake your booty. Dangle that lower back a little bit. Keep pushing hands on your thighs if you want, a little bit less. Bring it up. Curve.
In the paddle is Nicky full throttle is Spit in the paddle, we winning in the lotto, we dipping in the pot of blue flow. It's so good, it's dripping on
Fold it
the ride
forward.
in the engine that could.
Big stretch in the middle. Bring your heels together.
If they take me, they sorry. Riders up like a Harley, then pull up in this Ferrari.
And bend.
We banging, phone
Straight.
ringing, he slanging.
Take your right leg, cross it over your left.
To the
Now stick your left booty out to the left to feel a big stretch on the outside of that left leg. Let's start lean. Switch sides. If that's a bit far for you to reach, just grab a piece of furniture or a wall. So one leg's going over the other, booty goes to the straight leg. Take it down and stretch. And you want to really let that hip really jut out. Yeah. See how uneven my hips are? Super uneven. Bring it up. Turn it to the side. And now let's make sure that our feet are in line. Yes. So I'm not like super wide. Narrow. Heel back. Tuck that booty under. Bend. Find your thigh stretch and your hip stretch. Stay low, tuck it under. Under. And then press your heel back. You can put your knee on the floor and sit on it. Your foot should be stretching here. And we'll work on right hamstring. If you can grab this, you can be very bent in this knee. If you can grab this, pull your toes to your shin as you stretch.
I wish I wasn't one of your exes. No, I'm the fool. Since you've been gone, been dancing on my own. These boys up in my zone.
Shift it forward.
But they can't tell me.
Make sure this knee is not passing your ankle, yeah? So keep it back. Back leg strengthener. That toe is tucked. You're going to strengthen the bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten. Bring it in. Tuck your knee underneath. Tuck your knee underneath. Yes? Grab that knee and tug it. It's your best stuff there. Tug it. And then twist towards that hip, sitting up tall. Feel the stretch here in the outside of this top leg kick. The middle.
Every single night I lose it. I can't even hear the music without you. Oh yeah. Try to tell myself
Palm parallel.
but I really
back up. Opposite leg back.
Someone new. Since you've been gone, I've been dancing on my own. These boys up in the zone, but they can't turn me on. 'Cause they are the only one I'm coming for. I can't take no more. I wanna
Feel it.
but I'm broken hearted.
Take it down.
But I like to party. But I got nobody here on my own. I wanna fall, but I'm broken hearted.
That toe tucked. So as you come back, it's what you're stretching the top. Flex the top leg, keep it tight. And stretch the calf and the hamstring. Keep your buns low. Take that knee and tuck it underneath the front one and hug the knee in and twist into it. Good.
I'm the queen of
Big deep breath.
Don't live in no bungle with my clothes, my eloques. I brush my fangs off. Hogs, there ain't a beast in the east. They wants to make me his feast. Cause I'm the coolest cat that this town knows. I'm roaming.
If you want to grab your mat, you can grab your mat. I will encourage you to hydrate, but not too much to just yet because we're going to do 6. Come on down. All right. We're gonna lay on our side. I'm gonna free myself from this thing. We're gonna lay on our side with your knees forward. Yeah, so my back is straight as though I'm against the wall. You could be against the wall if you want to. My knees are forward at a right angle. 90-degree angle, yes? Straighten that top leg now. Look down and check. Just wobble a little bit. Can you get one hip on top of the other? Your bottom hip should feel like it's bearing the weight of your body, yes? This leg, knee forward, flex the foot, just lift and lower. Now as you do this, you are tense across a lot of other muscles. You're going to try and drag your foot forward to cheat. I want you to keep it straight down. So as you gaze down, you can't really see your knee or your ankle because of the thigh being in the way from where you are. This is not about being as big as possible. This is about being very still in your core with your absence and just using these muscles to lift and lower. Take your foot 2 inches down, straight, 2 inches high. Straight, 2 inches down, straight, 2 inches high. Sometimes little is better, right? Okay, come straight, look visually, make sure you're not falling backwards. That's when you're going to happen. Hold it still, draw tiny little circles with your heels. Like, as though I'm trying to draw a little tiny circle on that wall there. Keep your chest still, put your hands here and make sure these guys are working, but not your back. If you feel your back, it means you're bucking, yeah? More abs. Knock these medius and minimus out, yes? Drop it down, let it stretch. Bring it forward. Tuck it in. I'd rather be too far tucked than out here being luxurious, yes? Bring it up tight. Hold those abs in. Hips are still. Rotate that knee open and close. So now we're going to use our external rotators. These are also stabilizers of the hips. They help us turn out, yes? So this is a clam exercise from physical therapy. You're going to close the knees, relax all the way together, and then as you open your knees, you're going to try to not bring the knee in. No, no, no. The knee stays there. You're trying to take it back. And close. And open. And close. And open. Don't rock back in your hips. Make sure your hips are there. And open, and close, and open. Stay there. Put your hand behind your knee. Touch your knee to your hand. External rotator. Close it down. Send this foot in front. Hold it with your hand. And now take your bottom leg. I definitely am holding on here, but I'll get a little stretch in my hand. Bottom leg straight down below you. Take a look visually with your hand, body. Because it'll want to stay forward, yeah? So pull it back, straight line, and lift with your adductor, your inner thigh muscle. Alright, bring that leg back. Top leg goes back down straight. Put your hand on the front. And bend it back. Now look at it. Some of us droop down, some of us droop up. Straight. You might notice some tension around the sides of your knees. Now drop the heel, open the knee. Push it back. Gluteus maximus and external rotators. Push it back. Push it back. All right. Switch sides. Good job. Both knees way forward to start. Top leg straight. Hips right on top of themselves. Lower and lift. Lifting in your abdominal wall. Notice whether your leg is drifting forward. Notice if you're using your back. Don't use your back. Make it mini. Drop below. As high. Higher. As high. Lower. As high. Higher. As high. Lower. As high. You may still be feeling your bottom hip right now against the floor because it's been helping you brace. Yeah? You notice your bottom hip is working because it's bracing your body with this bottom leg. Good, now little circles. It's very common to feel like one leg is way harder than the other. It could be that this one's harder because it's more fatigued because you were bracing with it while we did the first leg. Could be that one leg is stronger than the other because we often have a habit of standing and putting our weight on one side. Yeah? Bend it forward. Pink. All right. Clams open and close. Don't let your hips rock back. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. All right. Pulse, 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 pulse. And take that leg, cross it over the top, straighten your bottom leg. Now we're going to do inner thigh of the bottom leg. Here you go. And notice I'm practicing flexing my foot here. So while I'm flexing my foot, I'm giving my calves a chance to relax. And I'm also strengthening the opposing muscle. Yeah, bring that leg back up. Top leg straight down. Find your hip alignment. Bend that leg straight. Notice how your back probably wants to buck while you do this. And don't let that happen. Keep this isolated to the hamstrings. Stabilizing with the sides of your hips and gluteus medius and minimus. Nice strong abs. Good. Bend it, push it back. Gluteus maximus is doing the pushing. Notice it wants to push your chest, but don't let it. Hold tight with your abs. Isolate those muscles so you get them to work instead of whichever it is that happens to be your body's favorite cheat. We all have a favorite way to move a little bit sideways. Because we're human. All right. Turn it out. Push that turned out leg back. Turn it out some more. Good. Bring it forward. Come to your back. We're going to do mini sit-ups. All right. All the way to your back. Knees up. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders so you're balanced just on your lower back. And little crunches. 2. I'm going to turn my legs out. And flex them, and bend them, and straighten, and point, and flex, and bend, and hold my chest up, hands behind your head if you like, take those knees apart, and together, hold your turn out, apart, together, apart, together, apart, lift your butt as you bring them together. It's like an abdominal curl with your lower body. Whoop! 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 Leave them wide. Reach through. Reach left. thighs doing the circling. This is inner thigh exercise floor. You can hold on with your hands if you like. And stretch. Bring them up halfway. Bring your chest up. Little pulses. Hold. Circle. 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 And pull. Crunch. Crunch. Hold and circle. 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 Bring it up. Bring it wide. Bend your knees into your armpits. Relax your chest. Bring your knees in. Lift your booty off the floor. Booty up. Booty up. Booty up. Hip up. Hip up. Hip up. And bring those thighs to your chest. Soften the knees. Bend the knees as much as you can. Find your toes. Notice what way your body likes to be not straight. For me, it's this left knee goes sideways. It's almost comedic. After all these years, lefty still wants to turn out more than right. Yeah? All right, grab the thighs. That's much more reasonable. Keep your thighs close and stretch your hamstrings. Don't let your legs come out here just because you think it's straighter. That's not the game. The game is to keep your thighs close. If this is your stretch, that's fine as long as you're feeling it back here. I always want to hold my calves. PT people always tell you to hold your thighs. And rock it up. You did it! We didn't really talk about muscle creep today, so I will save that for next time. We did not stretch too much in the front of your thighs, so if you're going to hang out for a little bit, I would do that. I'm going to do that right now. Let me turn down the music and make sure that everybody can ask questions.
All I see is color, like a rainbow in the sky. So tell me.